nature's feeling a bit bipolar at the moment. Right? How you all doing? Big value pack. Oh, steamy. Oh, mate's dribble. Look, mate, look, mate. It's had an accident. Look. Not bad for a couple bucks. Oh, that food was delicious, cheap, and delicious. And I'm really feeling the groove for a food coma, a nap, which is actually probably pretty sound right now, given that I couldn't seem to sleep yesterday at all. I had this grand idea to go off on this big full-scale rant about theologies, ideologies, all this random stuff. What makes people tick? I grooved it out. I was like, you know what? I haven't got the mind for it, because I've been in the conversation with, so it's been a stoic, nihilist, and a misanthrope talking about the world, and then just, it's been exhausting but eye-opening. And then watched a documentary called, I think it's Population Boom, which talks about overpopulation being a myth. Because what they're actually talking about is not actually overpopulation itself, but more population control, and how population control is being pushed onto the people who aren't actually consuming all of the resources. The people consuming all the resources are the people whose populations are already in decline, because we're the greedy ones. But the ones being told that they're at fault are the ones in the third world. So, Africa and India and those kind of places. I hate that. But like, oh, you've got loads and loads of people, you're overpopulated, this is all your fault. It isn't. That's clear. But I don't know. I think it was a bit squiffy in places. I agree with it. I just think it was squiffy, because I'm one of the people who do believe that we're overpopulated, but I think that everyone should get a fair shot. And I'd also understand that it's not the third world that are consuming all of the resources. It's going to be the poor that suffers when everything goes to pot. The poor that suffer, because realistically, what is poor? Is that, are we talking about finances, money, or are we talking about happiness and all that kind of stuff? So I'm telling you, there are people in like Africa and India living in slums that are happier than you. So I did mention the other day, didn't I, about dreams. We are all raised on dreams, and when you challenge those dreams, we crumble. I should throw out there that I understand that I am part of the problem. I'm the guy sat in a nice house with many television sets and many computers and all of the luxuries that life has to offer. I always talk about the dream of living in a cabin in the middle of the boonies, but that's probably not likely going to happen. It'd be nice, but I also know that I can make a million and one reasons, a million and one excuses as to why it wouldn't happen. But exhausted, as I say, I didn't get much sleep. I'm running on fizz. Like I say, I don't know what was going on. Just couldn't settle. I really need to sort this sleep thing out. I really, really need to sort this sleep thing out, because I can't be just running myself into the ground and passing out when people around me are getting sick, I mean, I've tried all sorts of things now. I've made it clear that I've got an issue with sleep. Me and sleep do not have a very friendly relationship. I can go hardcore insomniac to brutal narcoleptic, flip of a coin of late. In random cycles. 24 hours awake, no problem. Longer than 24 hours awake, no problem. And then just crash out for like 5 after that, and then keep going. Go for another stint. I've tried cutting caffeine. I've tried cutting sugar. I've tried limiting screen time in front of lights and stuff like that may possibly perk up the brain. And whilst doing all these things have given me temporary relief, nothing seems to stick. It is just that temporary. So I'll get like a couple of days, a couple of weeks where I'll actually be able to, oh hey, I've just had like 7 hours of sleep, or I've had 8 hours of sleep. And then it just slowly just starts to go back to like 5 hours or 6 hours, 5.5, 5, 4.5, 4. And it's just like, I need to sort something out. And even like, I've tried sleeping medication too, and that doesn't help. Annoyingly, because a lot of sleeping medication that gets prescribed is like an antidepressant, and I don't really want an antidepressant. And when stuff does work at a sufficient dose, it just zonks me out, but I still don't sleep properly. It's just, oh god, just want to sleep. But is that normal though? Because it's not something that people really talk about. I was like, oh, I'm just like well tired and stuff. I was like, but is that just because we're old? Because I'm getting old. Is that just a thing because I'm not getting up there, you know what I mean? But I'm not as young as I used to be. So is that just a groove? People don't tend to talk about their sleeping habits. I know that, you know, when you're young, you're made to sleep at certain, I mean like really young, like diddy kid young, you're made to sleep. You always feel like you've got loads of energy because you are getting proper amounts of sleep, because you don't have the option to keep going until 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, sleep for a couple of hours, get up and go again. You know, there's someone out there who desperately wants to sleep themselves, and so they tell you to go sleep, and as you get to your teenage years you start to get more reckless, and then you start burning the candle at both ends, and that's something that kind of goes on into your 20s until you literally run out that bank of sleep you had when you were young. Just goes out the window because you're like, no, I know better. And then you get sick and just... Ooh. Or you end up like me, where I am told by my friends, I don't just burn the candle at both ends, I burn the candle at every conceivable angle. And oh man, it's just got to stop. It's just got to stop. So, what do I do next? What do I do? What do you do? What are the normal tricks to just try and go to bed? Even going to bed early, all that did was meant I got up early. But health isn't generally bad at the moment, just as I say. With people around me getting sick, COVID tests have come through clear again today for everyone in the house. My mum and dad are clear too. The kids still not quite. Just a little bit at the moment. They're like, I don't know, we're going to get a couple more days in, and all of a sudden one of us is going to spark up because we feel pretty manky at the moment. Kids are pretty much asymptomatic as it stands at the moment. Young ones just run around going, yeah, no problem. Big ones just, oh man, I've got a headache. That's it. Just can't be falling at the last hurdle. Not right now. Either way, tonight does seem to be a bit of a chill out night. We found a National Geographic documentary series on the television, inside North Korea's dynasty or something like that. So it's a multi-part series on the Kims, so Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un, and then loads of like behind the scenes footage and interviews of folks who've got in and out of North Korea. And in a passing comment, you'd have made a fantastic dictator if you'd have just tried harder. I was like, hang on, I haven't got a personality cult at the moment. I haven't got personality, let alone a cult of personality going on. It's actually been quite an interesting, the show, plus the population boom thing. It's just like a wind down, chill out night, plus the calls I had today. The main reason actually we had the part of the calls today came in because of all this stuff going on in the Ukraine. But the weird thing for me, so if anyone doesn't know, Russia and Ukraine are biting each other, but I don't understand how people didn't know this had been going on for a long time prior to this. Like, this has been going on for years and years and years. The Ukraine has practically been a war zone. Ukraine has been a war zone for ages. Absolutely ages. Like 4, 5, 6 years, something like that at this point. Something to that effect. And people are only now showing that they care. Odd timing, I suppose. But okay. So that was part of the thing, and we were talking about nuclear technology and all this different stuff, and just it's interesting, fascinating. And people had this crazy idea that all of this stuff stopped years and years and years and years and years ago, but of course it never stopped. Let's be fair, what's that saying? Something to the effect of, if you're not depressed, right? If you're not depressed, you are clearly not paying attention. But, yeah, I'm gonna head off. It's late enough for me to be able to take Doggo out and not bump into anyone. I'm going to try and get my head down. More than a few hours, I hope. And Elden Ring's out tomorrow, so I'm really hoping Divine streams it. Or does something with it. Elden Ring is the new From Software game. It's out, so like the guys who made Souls, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, that other Souls. No, what did they do? It was Dark Demons. No, it was Demons first, then Dark 2, Dark 3, Bloodborne. I was Sekiro. I don't know. So many fantastic. It inspired like an entire genre. Elden Ring is the new one. I think with the guy from Martin. What's his name? The dude who did the books. The title have just slipped my mind because I'm too tired to give a damn. Them books that people like. I'm off. Hope you are. And I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one.